What's going on, guys? Legion is back with the story times. In my Twitch streams and my comments here on YouTube, y'all been asking me, yo, give me some uncut, classic LEGIQN story times. We're here today to drop one for you. And basically, I'm going to be discussing the 3 weirdest slash most interesting... Wow, look, a spider up here, by the way. It's just a little baby spider. Baby spider, I don't want you in my room. Please go outside. I know that it is getting cold. Anyways, 3 of the weirdest hotel experiences that I've had. I travel a lot, and listen, I'm gonna throw this out there right now. I've never really cared what kind of hotel, what kind of motel that I've been in. However, I've been in a few hilarious situations. Anytime anybody's put me up for free, anytime anybody's put me up because I'm out there to do a job, I am very thankful for it. But I'm gonna tell you guys 3 experiences that I thought were extremely interesting. Number 1, all right, I'm in New Orleans. I'm in Metairie. I'm down there for a crazy event. I loved being in New Orleans. Food down there is amazing. But they put me in Metairie, which I believe is about like 30 minutes away and further during rush hour times. And they put me in a La Quinta Inn. I've stayed in nice La Quinta Inns, but this was a La Quinta motel, and it was terrifying. I stepped in the elevator. It's got like that old school like blue digital clock to go up 2 levels. And I'm like, I probably should just take the stairs because this might be a safety hazard. It might just fall and I'll get crushed to death by this giant piece of metal, but whatever. So I'm walking and I'm like, all right, stains everywhere on the concrete. Nobody maintenances this. There's wood breaking. I go inside my room and that swift smell of mildew and mold. I was like, oh, wow. This is gonna be fun. And, I go to lock the door and it doesn't lock. And I'm like, wow, all right. My brother was supposed to be flying in that night, but he couldn't make it till the next morning. So I was like, okay, I'm here by myself in this motel. Okay, daddy. So I'm sitting there on the bed and I'm thinking, what am I gonna do to lock this door? So I take the table and kind of move the mini fridge a little bit behind it, and I prop that up against a chair up against the door, just so that way if anybody tries to open the door, nothing's gonna happen and I'm gonna be all right. And at least I'll have a few seconds to react, maybe jump out the bathroom window, but my fat ass isn't gonna make it through that slot. So here we are, and I'm looking at the door and I'm trying to go to sleep, and I got the TV on and I'm breathing in those fumes that'll probably give me a disease later, and I'm looking around the room and I'm thinking to myself, wow, everything just feels like it's 1986 in here. And I'm like, whatever, it's cool. I'm about to have the best weekend ever, which I did. And all of a sudden I'm trying to go to bed, and I look out the shades and I literally can hear 2 people arguing, and they are yelling at each other, and out of nowhere they just start fighting. And you have to understand, they're literally 4 feet from me. They're literally like 4 feet from my bed to the window, and then 2 feet from the window to where they're fighting at. And I mean, what are you supposed to do at that point, right? I'm just like, okay, well, everybody else in this hotel complex motel can hear this, so I just rolled over. Eventually, they stopped, walked away. Everything seemed good, no knives. So hey, nobody died. And then I woke up the next morning, and what about my business? And had arguably the coolest weekend ever. But little hotel motel was a little bit shady. Number 2, sometimes people mess up your bookings at these hotels. They get overbooked. I was down in Fort Worth for an event. I get to the hotel. I show up, and they're like, sorry, we don't have any rooms for you. We're going to put you basically across town. And I'm like, it's a good thing the convention center's not across the street or anything, because it was super convenient. That would have been awesome. It's more like a convenient center for me, and then you made it inconvenient by putting me really far away. So love it. So they were like, oh, just kidding. We actually have a room. And I was like, thank you, God. So they're like, oh, we're going to put you in this business suite. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. Is there going to be chocolate on my pillows? Is the chocolate actually perhaps bat turds? I don't know. So we go to the room, and all they have done is converted a giant office. Like, so big, I could run in this place, right? And I'm like, holy crap. There's pillars in there, wider than me. And I'm a big, fat man, and it was just wide pillars and glass all around it. And I was like, wow, this is insane. And it was a queen-size bed that they had just put on a couch pull-out mattress. They just put another mattress on that. So it was like basically not an actual bedroom scenario, but we were just kind of sleeping in the middle of an office. And the scariest part, though, and the reason why I'm telling you this story, is that place was haunted, fam. Haunted. Your boy, I know sounds when I hear it. You remember my Jerome, Arizona story from years ago? I'm sitting in the room and I hear this in the night. Ready? And I'm like, Kylie, did you hear that? And she's like, yeah, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, I don't know. God protect us. Anyways, I hear again. I'm like, yeah, demon go away. You know what I mean? And it did not. It just kept making that sound all night. And I'd hear like taps on the glass, which when I say the whole room was surrounded in glass, I literally mean it was a giant room, probably 50. It felt like it was half a football field length. Not really, probably about 30 yards. Glass all around it. And you'd hear like tinking and like, footsteps. No giggling, no like, or I would have left and I would have hired a priest to come out and, squatted up on it. But, here's what's going to happen. Number 3 of the weird hotel experiences that I've had, right? So it was New Orleans. It was in Dallas. And then there happened to be the Days Inn. Okay, I was at a Days Inn. Why I chose to stay at a Days Inn, I have no idea. I'm sure there are nice ones. This one was not nice. It was holiday time. We're at my grandparents' house. It is congested with every family member you can possibly imagine. At this point, we were like, hey, listen, we're going to go to a hotel. It's close to the house. It's going to be radical. Sick. You know it's going to be good when it's the same pine woodwork from 1973 on the intro of this motel yet again. Motels are significantly worse than hotels. Motels are like a step up from sleeping in an RV park without an RV. You know what I mean? You're like, all right, cool. Some of them are really nice. I'm just playing around. But here's what happens. We get there and walk in the door. Very same situation, similar situation as the first hotel that we mentioned in this, first motel that we mentioned in the story. And I walk in and I look over and where the, you guys have those twist turn locks, okay, like in your house, and if you slam the door too hard and like drywall, it'll literally put a hole. This motel door had been kicked in so many times that the whole doorknob had went through the drywall where you could see at like 5 or 6 different angles. And I'm thinking to myself, there's been a few break-ins here. There's been a few break-ins. I love it. I love the idea of not being safe during my sleep. So, I'm looking at that. We're looking at everything else in the room. It's the same type of situation. You go in the bathroom. It's like yellow tile everywhere. It literally looks like you're like in the movie Hostel. You know what I mean? And you're thinking to yourself, wow, I hope I make it out of here alive. I just want to go eat turkey at grandma's house before I die one more time. You know what I mean? So we're sitting there and we're spending the night and everything's cool. And, all of a sudden you walk outside in the morning and you realize, was I the only human being that stayed the night at this motel tonight? And then you're probably like, oh, that's because the whole town warns everybody probably not to stay here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, do whatever it is that you want to do to make sure you're watching my videos constantly. If you enjoy the story times, big ups to you. Live streams almost every night, all right? We're usually live at about 11 Central. It's going to be a fun time if you follow my Twitch channel by clicking the top of the description. Last thing I want to mention to you guys, because this is going to be the first time I've mentioned it on YouTube. October 25th, Modern Warfare launches. Right now, I have over $2,000 in gifts and prizes to give away during the launch weekend. October 25th at midnight at twitch.tv/LEGIQN. I have 5 people coming from all over the United States flying in to play video games in my mom's basement for the whole weekend. They took off work, they lost money to come out, to ball out with me to celebrate the launch of this game like good old times. Don't miss it. Follow the Twitch. I'll see you guys there. Much love. Have a dope weekend. Oh, still recording. Go Chiefs.